All right, you ready?
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Am I that top?
You're the top.
How should I be talking? Like, how loud?
Not whispering like you normally do. Hi. Welcome to a new episode of Rachel Uncensored. I am here with my girlfriend, whose name is Girlfriend. Say hello.
Hello. Hello.
There you go. So the alcohol, how we start Rachel Uncensored, if it's a new person, we drink alcohol that reminds me of the human. So I've decided to recreate our first date and what we drank on our first date, which was we both had a shooter of vodka and then switched to a bottle of wine.
And it was, do you remember what wine it was?
Yes, but I can't say it because we're sponsored by Bright Cellars today.
It was Bright Cellars.
Oh, there it is.
You brought it.
Totally. I had never taken a shooter before I met you. And then you taught me.
I'm so sorry that I've done this to you.
I forgive you. Okay. Ready?
These are the fancy, like, glass bottles.
I know. That's what this...
You hear that?
God. All right. Ready? You go first.
Okay.
To doing this podcast, go.
Yay.
All right. So, if you've been on my YouTube channel in the past few months, you know that I came out and then started dating this beautiful woman next to me. I have no regrets. Do you have any regrets on dating me?
0% regrets.
Regrets. All right. So, we haven't told the internet. We've told the internet how we met. We met in December. Dating app. Then we started dating, and it was great.
Did we tell them which dating app? Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, I said Hinge.
Yeah, Hinge.
Yeah, it was on Hinge. We've pretty much, if you haven't seen, there's a girlfriend reveal on my YouTube channel. We pretty much said everything there is to know about us dating.
Right.
Except the only thing we haven't told the internet, which I haven't, is
What?
that you were a Mirfanda before you met me.
I don't think I even knew what that was. Like, I would never, that was not a word that I knew.
Yes, but you were a fan of my sister.
I thought your sister was hilarious till, like, when I was, like, 18 or 19, I found out who she was. Yeah.
And then you also watched my stuff a little bit.
Of course.
So.
Yeah, I didn't know much about your brother, but I knew, like, you were like kind of in a lot of your sister's stuff.
Yes.
And you had your own like YouTube stuff, so I would watch you as well. But yeah, I definitely knew who your sister was.
I'm dating a fan.
Isn't that the best though? Don't like famous people want to date people that are just normal and not like other famous people?
Well, it depends. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. There are some famous people. I don't believe I'm famous, but there are some people who want to date someone in their same, like...
Caliber?
Not caliber, but, like... I don't know. I don't want to say level. That also sounds terrible. But in their same, like, field.
Right.
Because the person kind of understands everything, and you have the same schedule, and you kind of understand, like, the lifestyle. But then there's people who are like, I hate everything about that. I love my job, but I don't, like... I can't vibe with someone who's on the same... in the same field.
Yeah.
And that's more my vibe.
Yeah, because you were telling me about that other dating site that like people don't even know about because unless
there's a famous people
celebrity
dating site where...
What's it called?
I do not know. I always have to ask Sammy. I never remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there is a dating app that you have to be like verified to be in it, and they screen you, and you don't have to be famous, but you could be like working for a famous person, like personal assistants and stuff. So like you're in the world already, and they have to accept you. So you can't just sign up and whoop-de-doop-a-doo. You have to
be approved.
You have to be approved. That's
there's a app that like you have to, I forget what it's called, and I used to think it was Hinge, but it's a different app where you have to have a college degree of some sort.
What?
To be on it.
That is so stupid.
So I was like, I can't be on this app.
That's terrible.
It's like,
as if that
it's like
means
prejudice.
Something. That is extremely prejudiced. What dating app is that?
I know you guys know what it is. Somebody knows what it is. I can't remember the name of it. Jack was on it.
I would never want to be on this dating site. Well, obviously, but
it's more like people who are, I don't know. Your priority is finding somebody that is like, I guess, educated or like has money or
Let me tell you, just because you have a college degree does not mean you are educated or gonna do anything with your life.
she.
I'm the one
Tell
that
me
paid-
Emily did that in her episode.
I'm sure Emily sheed.
Sheed. I don't think it's sheed.
It's not.
Is it sheesh? Sheeshed?
I just got
Yee. No, it's like it's sheesh.
sheesh.
So then you sheeshed.
We sheeshed. I never end it. I
How
always
long
go.
can we say sheeshed for?
People are gonna tune out of this episode real quick.
All right, let's get into
Okay.
it. Anyways,
Right. So I asked the internet what we should talk about.
oh, I love this.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, my therapist texted me.
What do the people want?
They want to know. Well, first I wrote down that she was in Mirfanda, so that was a thing. You're gonna go to a
Mirfanda.
Mirfanda. The only person in the world. Well, there's two people in the world. The only two people in the world that can get me to do the Miranda voice are you and your brother.
Yeah, and you do it well.
Thank you. I know.
You guys must be related or something.
I've also been around it for 1,000 years. It sticks in your brain and doesn't go away.
Oh, yeah.
That is the number one things parents say to my sister when they meet her is like how they hear her voice in their house all the time because their kids always do the Miranda voice. Anyway, someone I forgot to write down who wants to know your favorite moment in our relationship so far.
That is such a broad. Okay, I have to narrow that down. My favorite moment.
You can just say a lot of them. The person that asked this was me.
My favorite moment.
Have you not realized this podcast is me getting people to talk nicely about me?
It's just you. It's just like fan accounts that you make for yourself. And you're like, this fan wanted to know.
What's the best part about Rachel?
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
a fan of myself.
So favorite moment. Well, here's the thing. My relationship with you is a compilation of all of my favorite moments that made me fall in love with you. So it's not just like one moment.
Well,
like a
what's a moment? Okay? Not your favorite. What's a happy moment? Like a moment when you were like, "Oh, she's so perfect."
am I allowed to talk about sexual things?
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of those. So
I was not expecting this.
all my favorite moments of me putting my fingers in places. So there's that.
Okay. I know you're trying to get a reaction right now.
PG-13.
No, this can be R.
PG.
This can be R, not X.
No. Okay, so we can't like do
We
the
can't
X.
do the
Oh,
X.
okay, we can talk.
But
about
you
them.
can just know my mother might be listening.
She loves it.
I know
She
she
doesn't
does.
care. She like can't wait to hear about all of it. There's so many. Like our first date, like being in the back of the truck with you, and it was super fucking cold, and we had no clothes on. We barely knew each other. I mean, we had been talking for a while.
We talked and FaceTimed for 2 weeks before we met.
Yeah, but like,
And we
hadn't-
had met each other in person once before.
but this
And
was
then
the
we
first
went on a
like
date. The
this was
first
our
date.
first date, and it was very intimate.
Yes.
And that I will always remember that moment. That's one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
And it was like, the beginning of like, you really do have to be with somebody until you know
Yes.
if you guys vibe.
Correct.
And I remember thinking like, oh, okay, yeah, this will work.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's important.
Yeah. But you
So-
had that thought in the back of the truck?
No,
this
no,
is
no,
gonna
no.
work?
No, it was more. No, it's more introspective now. I'm thinking about that.
Okay.
In the moment, I didn't even have to think about those things because it just was all flowing so nicely.
Yeah.
I didn't even think twice.
There was
about
never a
anything.
thought on that date where I was like, shit, what do I say next?
Yeah, no, that was not. Remember that dream that I had?
Yeah,
You remember that dream I had? We haven't talked about it since.
You said, okay, yes. So our first date was we went up to these mountains where there was no cell service. Excuse me, getting text messages in the middle of podcasting.
I turned off my phone, but
Okay.
apparently my Apple Watch doesn't.
No, I took mine off. So I'll get you a new one. So our first date, we went up to the mountains. I had made a bed in the bed of my truck.
A bed in the bed.
The bed of the bed, because you had mentioned that you love stargazing and whatnot. So I planned for us to go stargazing.
I love that.
Uh-huh.
Can we do that again?
We have done that again.
We did do it.
Yeah. We did do it.
We did do
We
it.
did do it. It wasn't as cold.
We did.
But
yeah, in the Malibu Canyon.
So we went out and we laid in the bed of the truck in this. I had a blow up mattress, blankets, pillows, everything, and we had shooters and wine. And I never drank really. I hadn't drank in like 5 years.
I remember like you asked me. We went to this little liquor store, or actually it's a restaurant, but they sell beer, wine, and liquor there.
That was a restaurant?
Yeah, in the back. Yeah, you can eat there. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was just a liquor store.
And we went there, and we got like, you were like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
now I know exactly what you want.
Like, let's get this. But you
were
like,
timid about drinking.
Yeah, because I'm not just gonna be. I mean, I have to feel out the person. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable, or I'm never wanting to like do anything that makes somebody that's not their thing.
Yeah.
So, and I was fine with, we could have just not all night, but you were more insistent. You were like, do you want me to get you this? Do you want that?
You were my first date with a woman. I knew I needed to loosen up a little bit.
So
I also made a bed in the back of my truck.
We got the Bright Cellars wine.
Got the Bright Cellars wine.
Because that's my favorite wine.
Obviously.
Got the rosé. Actually, you should probably.
Okay, let's crack open the rosé right now. Hold on.
Rosé.
Actually, as I crack that open, let's go to our sponsor for today, who is Bright Cellars. Bright Cellars is our sponsor for today. Bright Cellars finds the wine they know you'll love and ships it right to your door. With Bright Cellars, you go to their website, fill out a little palate quiz on things you know you like your favorite type of chocolate or your ideal setting to drink wine. Then Bright Cellars ships you 6 bottles of wine based on your answers. Finding your new favorite wine has never been easier. They source their wines from all over the world to assure each box has new wines that you have never tried before. They shipped me, and I'm currently sipping on a rosé called Life in the Woods, which I would have never picked out for myself because it's pink, but it is delicious, and I love it. And you can always switch up your preferences in your shipment, whether you want more white, more red, a different flavor. It doesn't matter. And if you don't like a wine, they'll send you a replacement bottle in your next order. So for a limited time, Uncensored listeners get 50% off their first 6-bottled box by going to brightcellars.com/Rach50. It's basically 6 bottles of wine for the price of 3. To get 50% off your first box, head to brightcellars.com. That's BRIGHTCELLARS.com/Rach, RACH50. Bright Cellars, helping you discover wine you'll love. Okay. So we're sipping on a rosé called Life in the Woods. Thank you, Bright Cellars. It's delicious. Cheers, dears.
Cheersy dears.
Cheersy dears. What were we talking about? Okay, yeah, so we got alcohol. And then we went up to the mountains and laid in the back of my truck and listened to music. Mm-hmm. We
had a hard time finding somewhere to pull off. Do you remember that?
Yes, we had a very...
We're talking about the freaking dream.
Oh, okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so we ended up being in the back of my truck. We ended up staying out there. Am I recording? Yes. We ended up staying out there all night. That was not really the plan.
No, because you were like, I have to get back to my dogs.
But Joy was sleeping at my house.
Right.
And she was like, girl, got this. And I gave her my location.
She's like, stay.
So I texted her because I realized we were about to lose cell service. So when we were at the liquor store, I texted her, I'm about to lose cell service.
Yes, because we're going up in the mountains.
I promise I'll be back by the morning, but like I don't think I'll be out that late. But no matter what, send out the search dogs. I'm not back by like 10 a.m.
The search dogs being Blaze and Snoop.
Correct. And Louie.
He has he's like, I'm ready with his beret. He's like finally able to put on his beret.
He's like, I've been waiting for this moment. This moment. We think Louie is an American with a fake French accent. This is Joy's pug. Anyway, so we talked for a long time. We stargazed. You kept seeing shooting stars. I kept getting mad because I couldn't see them.
Because you're blind.
Yes. We did things with each other and then we fell asleep.
We did things.
We did things.
That was the first time you did things with a girl.
What?
How was that for you?
Very nice and very cold. It was freezing up there.
It was freezing.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to explain every moment?
Yeah.
I was cold a lot.
My God. That is not a good sign.
What do you obviously life-changing when Pop and Dad were over here and we were talking about life-changing events that have happened, and like you're like, I don't remember like a life-changing event, the most recent life-changing event for me.
Yeah.
All of mine have happened in the past year, and that was one of them for me.
Your sexual awakening.
It wasn't a sexual, it was a sexual confirmation.
Yeah. But you're like, oh, this is what
I said
sex is
afterwards,
supposed to feel like.
Your body's really soft.
This feels really good. I've never felt this before. I've never felt this way before.
Yeah, that was great. But no complaints. We fell asleep. That we were kind of going in and out of sleep because we were both. It was obviously like the little dog is trying to sleep in my work suitcase right now. It's strange to watch. Anyway, so I felt like I didn't want to fall asleep, but I did. Like it was this weird thing where I wanted to stay up with you all night, but we were both exhausted and both freezing, so we kept waking up.
Yeah.
But you fell asleep and you had a dream that someone came out of the woods to attack you.
It's actually very odd to remember dreams this like
Vividly
later on.
Far on. Yeah.
So that was back in January.
Yeah.
We went up to the mountains in Ojai in January.
We're
going to
naked.
sleep. We were going to camp in the back of your truck.
The plan was not to sleep there. The plan was just to go stargazing.
Yeah, but we were like, oh, so yeah, I guess we weren't trying to spend the night, but like
that wasn't obviously.
Come on now.
Because
what
if we didn't vibe, then it was like we were gonna.
That was not gonna happen. No,
you wouldn't allow it.
No,
you're too big a fan.
Oh yes, I was like, this must be my life.
I must have this.
I must have this.
Yeah. No. So yeah,
I had a dream where it was we were. This is so weird actually to talk about. We were like sleeping in the truck.
Yes.
So we were doing what we were actually doing.
Yes.
And there were men across the street in their own car or whatever. And they were, I feel like dreams. Remember me talking about how no one cares about your dreams. No one cares about you talking about your dreams.
In my book that I won't let you read, 101 Things That Piss Me Off, dreams is one of them. I hate when people tell me about their dreams.
Me too.
And every time you tell me, I will listen so contently and I will listen to every moment of your dreams.
But I rarely tell you.
You only tell me when you have a bad one because it affects your emotions that morning.
Yes, because
it puts you in.
I don't think you understand. I have weird, crazy, insane dreams every night.
You tell me about a lot of them.
I don't tell you every day.
No, you don't. But I know you have bad dreams like a lot of the time.
Yeah. And my mind's kind of fucked up.
And I know one way I get over things is by talking about them. Yeah. So I'm down to hear you talk.
But you know what I hate is when someone's like, I had this really cool dream. Let me tell you. Oh, you were like doing. I'm like, I don't.
And they're like, and then this person turned into a different
person.
I'm like, yeah.
I don't care.
Dreams don't make sense.
This felt a little more pivotal. Weird. This was like more important and pivotal because it was the first night with you. Yeah. And these men were trying to attack us. Yeah. And I was like saving us and you were saving us and we had to get the fuck out of there. And so that was like a whole thing. I remember like the next morning telling you about it. And I was like, this was craziness. Yeah. But it was, the first time. It was all in my head. So
yeah, all dreams are. But like I felt really bad that you had a bad dream the first night we hung out together.
I mean, it had nothing to do with you. It was probably... It was. I was a little bit out of my element, and we were sleeping out literally in the wilderness. We had to like pee next to that tree.
We peed in front of each other the first date.
Thank God you had your TP in the back of the truck.
I was prepared
because I was like
prepared. I had toilet paper and tissues, and I pretty much had everything we needed without realizing that's what we would needed. But I'm always prepared for everything.
Wait, do people have more questions?
Yeah. Cammie wants to know, how does it feel dating the hottest person alive? Well, let me tell you. It's fantastic.
Dating the hottest person alive. It must be very nice for her.
It's really nice dating the hottest person alive. I'm constantly wanting to touch her, but that's also because that's my love language. And that's pretty. It's nice. I just like.
I think that
walk her around.
Question was for me, to be honest.
It was.
Yeah. I'm like.
But I corrected them.
No, that's incorrect.
Almond, that is their name.
Maybe it's almond.
I hate when people say almond instead of almond. How do you feel about my fame? How is dating someone in the public eye? That is a valid question. As someone who has never been in the public eye, how's it dating someone that is slightly known on the internet?
I feel like I ignore most of it.
You do. You do a great job ignoring a lot of it.
Well, you've created a level of comfort for me where I haven't really had to change a lot of my life.
Yes.
I live my life and you kind of adapted to my life so that I don't feel uncomfortable, because I think you understand that it can be a lot for somebody who is just, I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
So
yes, the internet can be really evil. It can be overwhelming. It can be fantastic and amazing, and I'm obsessed with it. But it can be daunting and soul crushing, and there's so many negative parts to it. And so I know how to navigate it because I've been on the internet so long. I know how to navigate it to make it so you never really have to deal with that part.
Yeah.
And I navigate that by not letting people into your life. They're only in my life, and you are part of my life.
Yeah.
But we're two separate human beings.
I
like
it, though.
To the hip.
I like it. I like, I don't know. I feel like I'm the type of person that can handle this life where it's not, I didn't start dating you because I want to be famous or whatever. Like,
no, I'm just really hot.
Well, yes, but like your personality also. And so I think it takes a level of being capable of handling that lifestyle, but not wanting it for yourself to the point where
you're not using me to get it.
I'm not like
Correct.
using you so I can like, be my own famous TikToker someday. I don't care about that stuff.
We had a lot of discussions about really what we would release to the internet, if we should keep your socials private or not. Should we keep your name private, your dog's name private?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, they all know I want to remain private. That's obvious to everybody.
Yes.
Like,
I want you to remain private so that you can live your own life.
Yeah.
And like your friends, I give nickname to. Well, I just use the nicknames they already have, and it's like you can see your faces and stuff, but like the more you give the internet, the more they feel the right to know more. And so if I limit it,
bunch of bitches.
Don't call them bitches.
The mean ones.
The mean ones.
I love all the other ones.
Suck it.
The ones that send the nice letters and
she loves the P.O. box.
I love the P.O. box, and I love like whenever it was during graduation.
Everyone sent
you
their
guys,
graduation
you guys
cards.
were sending all of the. Oh, that was so sweet. I mean, some of you were like, I had an extra, so here. But like,
I love those ones because I'm like, that's right. You thought of me, but you didn't want to put any like extra effort into it. I appreciate it.
There will be a wedding or a graduation someday that Rachel and I just show up to.
Oh, for sure.
Just so you guys know. We don't know who.
If there's a wedding near us, and when we're on one of our trips, or if even
we're just feeling spontaneous,
we will go. If we're like, we haven't gone anywhere in like a month, let's go.
Don't cross that out as not a possibility.
Correct.
Battery.
The battery on the camera died. We're going to take a break, and let's go to our next sponsor. Best Fiends is our sponsor for today. Best Fiends is my favorite mobile puzzle game where each level is a new puzzle that you have to solve with the help of the cute little characters you collect along the way and grow big and strong. Summer has always been about relaxing to me, and this summer, Best Fiends definitely helped me do that. Best Fiends can challenge your brain, but it can also be super casual and not stress you out, which is exactly what I needed this summer, and what I think everyone needs just kind of all the time. There are thousands of fun puzzles to solve, and there is something new every day, so you will never get bored. This is my favorite game to play to pass the time, and every time I beat a tough level, I just feel a little bit more accomplished in life. So, if you want to try it out, then download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play today. That is friends without the R. Best Fiends. Check it out, guys. It's a good game. All right, we're back.
I need chapstick.
Okay, hold on. We're not back. You can get it yourself.
You say that as you're getting me the chapstick. I didn't say get me the chapstick. I said I need the chapstick, and you're immediately like, I'll be right back.
You know, if you state a need, I will fulfill it immediately without hesitation.
I know that.
Yes.
I never expect it. I never expect you to do that.
But you know, stating my back hurts. Or I will immediately give you a massage or offer you some sort of
She's
payment.
so good to me. I don't deserve her.
Well, just so you know, I'm aware that you stating something out loud is the same as asking me to do it for you or fixing it.
No.
That's just part of me. That's just part of who I am.
For you.
For me, yes.
But like me saying, I need chapstick, and you'd be like, okay, well, it's over there. I would have been like, okay, and I'll go get it.
But that's not
But
who
you're
I
like,
am.
I'll go get it. You're like, stay. Don't move. I got this.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, I'm getting, it's nice. Like,
All right.
it's very nice, but don't ever think that I'm expecting you
Yeah,
to
I know
do
you
things
don't
for
expect
me.
it because I know if I had said it's in my fanny, you would have gotten up and gotten it.
Yeah, I'm very capable of getting
You
my
are a
own
very
stuff.
capable human being.
Well, I mean, everyone's capable, but I'm not saying like I'm capable. It's like I understand. I will go do those things.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, let's find another question.
okay,
Huh.
where's your phone?
It's over there. I got it. The question is, what was the first thing in your head when you saw me for the first time?
I think I'll ask this question.
You can take
Wait, hold
over?
on. Yeah, I'm gonna take over this one.
You're taking over?
Yeah, you've been asking me all the questions. Now
All
I'm gonna
right.
ask a
Well,
question.
all right. Whatever you want. It's what I do.
Wait, what is it again? Oh, what was the first thought in your head when you saw me in person for the first time?
But this is supposed to be for you.
Nope.
Honestly, when I saw the whole time you were at your apartment, you
Yes.
wouldn't tell me which apartment was yours, so I had to wait in the driveway.
Yes.
And I knew you wouldn't tell me which apartment was yours. I knew I was not going to enter your apartment. I was very well
mostly
aware.
no, that was because of COVID.
Yes, but also you had made it where like, you're like, you're not going to meet anyone, any of my roommates or friends for a long time. And I was like, okay. And so I was standing in your driveway and I texted you I was there. And as you're walking down, I'm seeing you, your little head bob as you're walking down the stairs. And all I was thinking in my head was, kiss her, kiss her, kiss her, just 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 kiss her. And then you got to me and we hugged. And then I pulled back. I was like, fucking kiss her. And I kissed you. And then you kissed me back. And
Yes.
then we, I think, held hands and walked to my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I gave you a Swiss Army knife.
Oh yeah, because I had mentioned. How did that come up?
I talked about how I always have knives.
Yeah, and I think we talked about Swiss Army knives. I used to have one when I was younger.
Yeah.
And our first date, you're like, I got you a gift. I'm like,
We had talked,
God.
it had been like a thing. It was a whole conversation one FaceTime about Swiss Army knives.
Actually, your first gift to me was a 6-foot-long iPhone cord.
Yes, because
When we would FaceTime, when I was back.
first time we FaceTimed, your phone died right after I said something slightly significant.
Oh, I mean, I can't control that, but yeah.
Yeah, and
Of course that would happen.
I thought you hung up on me.
My charger was broken, so when I had it plugged in for the night and I was like FaceTiming you, I had my phone plugged in, but it was, holiday time, and so I was with my phone all day doing stuff.
But your charger.
And so at night I would charge it, but my charger was broken, so we would FaceTime, and FaceTiming takes a lot of battery.
It does.
So I would
I'm
have
aware.
I would have it plugged in, but like it was almost dead, but it would be plugged in. So I thought I'm fine, and then it would die.
Yes.
FaceTiming you.
Yes.
Like,
because it wasn't
multiple
strong enough.
times that would
so
happen.
I bought her a supercharger 6-foot-long cord.
You were like, "Do you need a charger?"
well,
I'm like,
I bought it for me basically because I didn't want your phone to die while FaceTiming
you're like,
me.
I refuse to be cut off again from this person.
You have no excuse. You must always be on FaceTime with me.
No more times will I be abruptly stopped from
So,
FaceTiming.
yes, I got you a phone charger. And it was just, was it the phone charger was the first gift and this was Swiss Army knife was the second?
Yeah.
Because the first time we hung out, I showed
gave
you
me
my
both.
knife. I gave you my knife. And then you were like holding it. I was like, you could stab me right now and no one would know.
Oh yeah, I was like flicking it open, like I'm so cool. I can look at what I can do. And then we hugged. And I
have
had the
weird
knife in my
face-
hand, and we hugged. And she's like, "You could stab me right now." I was like, I don't even have the strength for that. I'm not even strong enough to do that.
If you needed to, you could. But just standing there because you're not a psychopath.
How wild though that like you meet someone for the first time and you're like, "Here's my knife," and they're like, "Thanks for the knife," and like let's hug.
Can you make it sound way weirder than it was.
I mean, it wasn't, but when you break it
But
down like that,
it was very strange.
it's like, okay, this is basically a stranger, and I just gave them a weapon.
Yes, but the first time we met, as the first thing I thought of when I saw you was just me hyping myself up to kiss you, and then after that, it was smooth.
It's all been smooth, baby.
You smooth.
Anyways, we're gonna cut this short because I got something I gotta do.
Oh shit! Cook me lunch.
We are gonna cook salmon, so
Yes. All right. So yeah, that's it for today. That's pretty much everything. I mean, there was no rhyme or reason to this podcast. There never is. But thank you, Bright Cellars and Best Fiends, for sponsoring this episode.
it's actually really good rosé.
Yeah. I like it. I'm usually.
It's not super sweet. It's
No.
more on the drier side.
That's always my issue is with
It's
rosés.
also-
Usually I feel like it's too
I wonder,
sugar.
it's not a sparkling, so it's a still rosé.
Is it life in the woods?
I believe so. I do work at a wine bar sometimes, and I know a little bit about wine, and I know that they make a bubbly rosé, almost like a champagne, but it's rosé, so it's super bubbly. But then you can also get the still rosé, and this is a still rosé.
It sounds like you know things. I took a quiz on Bright Cellars that just said, I like dark chocolate. I like to drink wine with friends. And I just took a quiz.
It's 12.8%.
And there she goes drinking more of it. All right. That's it. We love you guys. Thanks for watching this. My girlfriend's pretty and amazing, and I'm obsessed with her. And that's it. Okay. I love you.
I love you, baby.
I love you too. Should we kiss for them and for me? Yeah,
That's all you get.
that's it. Okay. Bye.
Tune in next time for more.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!